Well, here we are again. Happy Monday. So, I have a really interesting motivation for the week. Last week, I was talking to a colleague of mine, a woman that I actually haven't spoken to in a couple years. I was actually the very first podcast appearance I was ever on was on her podcast. And we were just having a, catch up call like, "Hey, what have you been doing in the last couple years?" And as we got talking, I was asking her some more questions about her business. She owns a tech company. And so I had really never asked her questions about the technology that she's created and is now selling. And so the more I learned about what she was doing, the more I was fascinated by it. So we just we're having this great interchange of dialogue and ideas. And as she started talking, she got really energetic about a client that she had had or that she was almost had, but it just got away from her. And I said, "Well, tell me, why is that one client so important?" I mean, obviously, we want clients and customers. It's kind of important to have a revenue stream, and she's got one. But um, I wondered if that one client, was like going to be a really big client. Was it a lot of money? And she said, "That's my introduction to Ancestry.com. That client would have been my in the door." So I said, "Well, that's fascinating. Is that your dream client?" And she's like, "Absolutely. My dream client is Ancestry.com. I know that our tech will be an incredibly powerful tool for them that will actually make them a lot of money." And so we had this interesting dialogue that afterward just got me thinking. So then it made me think back to last week. I was interviewing somebody for our podcast, and I had a great interview with this guy, so much dynamic energy. And he's a business and life coach, and he works with really high net worth clients. And he was talking about the fact that he's kind of getting bored with some of the things was doing. So he's pushing himself to start to dream and get beyond, like, what's that next dream client? And I said, "Well, okay, so what's the dream ideal client?" He said, "Elon Musk." I go, "Wow, that's amazing." He goes, "I know. And people tell me that I'm, too aggressive. My wife tells me that, there's no way I'm going to be able to work with Elon Musk. But why not set that affirmation out into the universe? Why not put it out there?" Um, just because it's kind of like my statement, just because it's not probable doesn't mean it's not possible. And actually, he has connections with people who run in circles with Elon Musk. So it's not out of the realm of possibility. What I found with this is it started me thinking about myself. And this is going to be the challenge for you as well. Like, who's Michael's dream client or customer right now? And you might think, well, gosh, between the two businesses you own, there's got to be a lot of target or ideal customers. But here's what I'm really putting out in the universe. And it's kind of like when you say this out loud, part of you is frightened, part of you is a little, scared and nervous, because what if it doesn't happen? But, if you don't put it out there, it won't happen, right? It's not just going to accidentally knock on your door. So you might be surprised that my actual dream, like, client connection right now would be the Hallmark Channel. Why? Because I am almost done with my very first novel. And I wrote my two books, business books, like novels, but this is going to be like an actual for pleasure, reading. And no, it's not a romance book. It's not a romance novel whatsoever, but it has an incredible love story. And I've seen how well the Hallmark Channel has taken um, really incredibly themed books and stories and created series. And in my mind, my book will be an incredible success and could be a movie and series with anybody. Reese Witherspoon, I'm also, very open to talking to you too. But the Hallmark Channel seemed to be that was the first thing that I thought of, because I knew that they would take the concept and the storyline of with respect. And it really has some interesting historical significance. It actually could play out incredibly powerfully for tourism to Greece, specifically to the islands of Rhodes and Simi in Greece. And so I have this kind of thing in the back of my head. Now, here's the thing. I'm getting to the point where I need to publish this thing. But with the Hallmark Channel, they do not create movies or any kind of series with any author who has previously published a book with anybody else. In other words, I mean, you could, if you wrote something brand new for them, yes, but the piece of work that they'll base a movie or a series off of has to be published by Hallmark. Well, that makes a challenge. I haven't figured out how to get into this system of the Hallmark Channel world or the Hallmark book world to make this happen. Now, if I really put 40 to 50 hours a week on it, I probably could. I could knock down every door. I just haven't done that. I've been a little too busy doing other things. But my point of the week and the motivation for the week is, what things are you holding out there? Maybe an employer that you want to work with. It's a target customer or client. It's, that idea that you really think is going to, be the next greatest whatever. But you haven't said it out loud, and you haven't shouted it to the rooftops, and you haven't brought it to enough attention of people that can actually maybe help manifest it. So when we put our affirmations or our beliefs or our goals or ideas out there, there's power to that. There's power in saying out loud, I want to have this happen. Now, does it mean it's always going to happen? No. But is your likelihood or your chance of that greater? I do believe so. And the last few weeks, I've been an invited guest on our local affiliate 6ABC. I'm doing a series of job hunt, kind of like get hired series for them. And it made me think about so many people that are trying to either get back to work or trying to get their dream job. They're trying to make that part of their professional life something really solid. And they just haven't manifested where they want to work, what that position looks like. And maybe they're just saying, well, I just need something until my dream comes true. Let's put those things out there. Let's make the statements. Let's talk to each other about them. And let's share what our goals are, because chances are you don't know who may hear or see your message that can help you, that can open the door, that can also be that helping hand to walk alongside with you. So that is motivating me this week. I guess that means I better try and stalk somebody on the Hallmark Channel to figure out if they can help along the way. Maybe not stalk, but really make some new connections. So you hold me accountable, I'll hold you accountable, and make sure to leave comments on the video here so that we can know what your affirmations and your goals and visions are as well. Have a great week.